Okay, I just want to show a new tool that I made and sort of the thinking and how I actually put it together. It's this. It is a X-Acto knife holder, which I shoved a Parker into. So very, very simple. And one of the reasons I did this was because I was using this shank here, and if I try and do the double lock on this, this is double locked on. It just doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel secure. This is a pretty flexible blade. It's very thin. The V shape in this Parker is really secure. So if I put this in here, I can fairly easily deactivate the. You can hear that going through, and then continue flipping it around and do the second part. So I thought this would be an interesting thing to kind of experiment with. And building this was fairly simple. I just took a Parker, and if you see a Parker when it first comes off the pen, this little edge bit here at the top is quite pronounced, thicker than the rest. It kind of comes up. So I filed that down with a file, just filed and filed and filed until that was gone. And then I just took a pair of vice grips and started just going through it and making it thinner or flatter and flatter. Just kept going, and then I basically just shoved it into into this, and then used two pairs of pliers to twist it shut. And you have to make it, you have to really get that in there well and flat. So even when I first inserted this, I can't undo this now, but when I first inserted this into the split bolt here, I pushed down on the bolt as well to get as flat as possible, and then I used two pliers to sort of get this thing very, very tight. And the reason for that, if it's not super tight and not flat, then as you pull on this, you can even see it's moving a little bit. It just kind of shifts back and forth. And I need to look at a better way of maybe putting something like a pin down the sides of these, or a paper clip or something just in here to sort of help it to stop doing that. I'm going to experiment with that. And then you have this tool, which is basically the Parker. And I'm hoping to use this to do a high-speed double lock escape. And I don't know how well it's going to work, but I thought I'd give it a try. And this is, theoretically removable. You have to use both. If you look what's actually inside, it's just got the holder and then a collar and then a split bolt. And yeah, like I was saying, I would really push down this with the vice grips to get that as flat as possible. So this would be also as tight as possible. So that's the tool I'm going to be experimenting with over the next few days. I might get a couple of these X-Acto knives. They're relatively inexpensive. Useful to have a few X-Acto knives around, and probably destroy them. I don't know. It's probably going to take about a couple exchanges of these Parkers before it starts really getting too crushed to continue working. And as I said, I think I'm going to try and see if I can get something in here that will help it prevent it from spinning. But there's not a lot, because you can see here, the metal's actually coming straight up to the edge here. So you need something around this head here. And maybe just, there's very little space to put something in there. So I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to prevent it from moving like this. And that really does make it difficult, and it gives you a lot less control, and it feels really weird in there. So if it's doing that, it's not going to work, but we'll see how it works.